Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. So in this video, I'm gonna show you my top 10 weirdest and most original rock bands that I have in my CD collection. And I did this with the help of, AI Grok 4. And, they did list some bands that I, of course, know, but they just aren't in my CD collection, at least not at the moment, like Primus and Magma and a few others. But I managed to find 10 pretty weird and original bands for this top 10 list. And they've been ranked. So here we go. Anyway, number 10 is the band Ween. And it says here, and also there's a little bit at the end of this with the popularity of each of these albums, how it did on the charts and everything. So Chocolate and Cheese, Ween, mixed community reviews on casual rating sites. Some reviewers score 3 out of 5, but others highlight it as a cult classic and one of their signature records. Wildly beloved with fan communities, lesser known on mainstream critic charts. And this isn't to say that Chocolate and Cheese is their weirdest album, because it isn't. This is it's almost a normal album. But this is the album that I guess is maybe the most popular, is why they picked it. And so they're number 10. But like I said, early Ween, I think if it was just early Ween, I think they would be higher up on the top 10 list. But they're at number 10. They're almost normal, just like me. All right, number 9 is Devo. And the album they've chosen is Question, Are We Not Men? Answer, We Are Devo from 1978. Consistently a critically well-regarded debut in new wave punk circles, and appears on Albums You Must Hear lists. Most fan and critic ratings cluster in the strong to high range for, the album ratings. And one thing, when gathering together all of these album covers for whatever, the most popular, I guess, out of all of these for each band, they all have pretty strange album covers. Number 8. Talking Heads, Remain in Light from 1980. Considered one of the greatest albums of the 1980s by multiple critics, ranked highly on best of lists, and often scores very well across reviews. The consensus from critics is strongly positive. But once again, a very weird album cover. And especially, when their debut album came out, Talking Heads 77, it was weird because no other, that's the thing about all of these bands. No other band sounded like them, at least early on in each of these bands' careers. Number 7, it's Sparks. Yep. Kimono My House from 1974 appears on respected Albums You Must Hear lists and gets above average to strong ratings from critics. Fan ratings vary, but generally positive. Way to go, Sparks. And that definitely, plus, of course, their first 2 albums, which I never heard until after Kimono, but Kimono is weird. If you've back in 1974, they were definitely weird. Maybe not so much today. A little weird, but not like in the 70s. Number 6, The Velvet Underground, White Light, White Heat from 1968. A critically important and historically praised record. Many retrospective lists place it highly, though contemporary reviews were mixed. Modern ratings trend positive among critics. Number 5. In the Court of the Crimson King. I actually just listened to this album last night. From 1969, widely seen as a seminal prog album. Critics and fans alike rank it highly. On sites, it typically lands in the very favorable range. It's a great album, but definitely, back in 1969, not that I heard it back in 1969, but the cover alone, right, is weird. And then the music inside, not all of it, but a lot of it is pretty strange. Number 4. It's Can. Tago Mago from 1971, frequently on must-hear krautrock experimental list and regarded as a major influence. Critics generally give it strong scores in the high range. It's weird. Some of it is almost kind of normal, but then there's especially the second half of the album. It's a double album. It gets very weird, but I love it. Number 3. Freak Out, Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention from 1966. One of Zappa's most influential works. While initial reception was mixed, it's now often related very positively by critics, especially for innovation. Number 2. Yeah, I'm surprised this wasn't number 1, but I'm just going along with what AI said. They can be trusted, can't they? Trout Mask Replica from 1969. Despite being polarizing, lots of high praise and some lower scores, critics and musicians often place it among the most important experimental records, meaning its average tends to sit above average on many curated lists. So what could be the weirdest album that I have in my collection, or the weirdest band? And I kind of agree with us, even over Trout Mask Replica. It's The Residents, and they picked Eskimo, which I don't have, but I did have at one point, and it is pretty weird. But the one album I have by them at the moment is Duck Stab. It's my favorite. It's definitely very, very strange. I didn't like it on the first listen, but I grew to love it. Hard to quantify because it's a cult experimental title with fewer mainstream reviews. But among experimental music communities, it's considered a landmark weird album. Fan and niche ratings place it strongly in context of avant-garde rock. And once again, a very weird album cover. And so, yeah, I had AI do this too. Albums ranked by sales. So, number 1, Talking Heads, Remain in Light. Top 20 in the US and top 10 in the UK. Multi-platinum over time. By far the most commercially successful album on this list. Number 2, King Crimson. Chart success, UK number 5, US top 30. Platinum plus worldwide. Why number 2? Huge prog landmark with sustained catalog sales. Number 3, Devo. Chart success, US top 20. That's pretty good. Strong long-term sales, major label push. Why number 3? Whippet era visibility boosted catalog massively. Yeah, so after their debut album. Ween. Nice to see them at number 4, Chocolate and Cheese. Chart success, US Billboard 200. Made the charts. Sales, best-selling Ween album. Why number 4? Cult band, but this is their commercial peak. Number 5, Velvet Underground, White Light, White Heat. Chart success, barely charted originally. Sales, massive long-term reissues and catalog sales. Why number 5? Commercially weak at release, but huge legacy sales. Number 6, Frank Zappa, Freakout. Chart success, modest charting. Sales, strong catalog seller due to Zappa's reputation. Why number 6? Not a hit, but Zappa's fan base keeps it selling. Number 7, Sparks. Kimono My House, 1974. Chart success, UK top 5. Respectable in UK, Europe, modest in the US. Why number 7? Big UK success, limited global reach. Number 8, Can, Tego Mago, 1971, chart success, not much. Sales, strong reissue catalog sales, weak initial sales. Why number 8? Hugely influential, never mainstream. Number 9, Captain Beefheart Trout Mask Replica, chart success, very limited. In other words, not good. Sales, cult classic, modest lifetime sales. Why number 9? Famous name, tiny commercial footprint. In 10th spot, The Residents. Chart success, essentially none. Sales, niche experimental audience only. Why number 10? Legendary weirdness, almost zero mainstream sales. So, yeah, that's it. I would love your thoughts. What are, maybe some bands that, I don't have in my CD collection that you consider, similar to these bands, or maybe even weirder? Let me know in the comments section below. Please remember to like the video and make sure you're subscribed. Check out my membership. And that's about it. Goodbye.